G'day guys and gal. When you think of Kharn, there's a good chance the image of Kharn the Betrayer enters your mind. A killing machine, a ruthless berserker, an honourable warrior, a good friend. He has been all of these things and more over the course of his extremely violent life, and he is genuinely considered to be the greatest Astartes warrior in the current setting. But how do we get a character who is both a good friend and a mindless slaughterhouse? Let's just say that he's had a lot of character development, and not all of it was good. Regardless of how his personality has changed, one thing has remained consistent. This guy is an absolute beast. Before we get started, do you guys remember that video where I got half naked and taught you how to stop being a fat piece of shit? Well, in that video, I said the easiest way to stick to a good, high protein meal plan was to mix freshly cooked meals with pre-made microwave meals. And I've recently found you a great option for the pre-made ones. A company called Factor who are nice enough to sponsor today's video. It's so simple. You sign up, choose how many meals you want delivered to your door per week, and bam! You now have an amazing source of delicious, never frozen, diverse, but most importantly, high protein meals. Look at this bad boy. 46 grams of protein with only 22 grams of fat and 34 grams of carbs. No. So to get $120 off your first order and make eating healthy, delicious meals unbelievably convenient and easy, use my link and code POG Majorkill120 below. I can't recommend these guys enough. This would be the first and easiest step into getting fit and changing the Warhammer hobbyist stereotype. Cheers to Factor for sponsoring this video. Today we'll be going over the highlights and lore from Kharn the Betrayer's life. This video won't be just like a whole lore dump biography, but instead focusing on the key moments in the Kharn's life that got him where he is today. Oh yeah, and we'll also throw in all the fun, evil Doomslayer moments he's had along the way. Let's get into it. Kharn was one of those day one Astartes, born on Terra and literally trained by veterans of the Unification Wars. He was a handsome, noble man with a slick tan. It was kinda cute how naive he was at the start. He was told of a contest where each Warhound, which is what they were called before Angron went edgelord on them and changed them to the World Eaters, would need to try claim 100 Nazi scalps! Would need to try claim 1,000 skulls. In response to this, Kharn asked, where do we get the skulls from? It's funny to think that one day he would complete this contest over 1,000 times. Kharn's rise to fame, however, was when the Warhounds were reunited with Angron. Angron wasn't happy about this. He had been kidnapped against his will on the eve of the greatest battle of his life, abandoning his warriors and leaving them to be slaughtered. Let's just say that he was having the biggest fucking sulk in the entire galaxy. One by one, the Warhound captains and commanders entered Angron's chamber to try and make him stop being a pussy and to take command of the Legion. One by one, they died. Violently. Angron had pretty much wiped out the entire World Eater command by the time that Kharn went in to try. When Angron began kicking the shit out of him, Kharn didn't flinch, back down, beg for mercy, or plead with his Primarch to stop. He took the beating like a man. While getting his shit kicked in, Kharn spoke of the Legion, its glories, the power of the Imperium, and his own combat stories. As Angron was about to finish him off, he was like, wait a minute, you mean I get to lead a legion of super soldiers in a galactic crusade of fire and bloodshed? Holy shit, that sounds fucking great, I'm in. Hence, Kharn survived his ordeal and convinced his Primarch to lead the Warhounds, now known as the World Eaters. Kharn was assigned as Angron's number 2. He would be Angron's advisor, confidant, and drinking buddy. The problem with this is that the role of number 2 is supposed to be for someone with a level head that can talk Angron down and get him to chill the fuck out. Kharn, on the other hand, would full send charge into battle alongside his Primarch, and then they would be like, dude, did you see me bisect that guy with my chain axe? Yeah bro, it was fucking rad. They were like two peas in a pod who fed each other's bloodthirst, so yeah, not quite the therapist Angron needed. Despite Kharn's inherent blood rage, he was still a good man. When Angron told everyone to put nails in their fucking brains, a number of World Eaters weren't really vibing it. Before the mass implantation could begin, Angron had a fit of rage and he got his ass knocked out by the World Eater librarians. As such, a number of World Eaters were emboldened to try reject the Butcher's nails, and it created division within the Legion. The anti-nails leader pleaded with Kharn to help save the Legion and end the madness, but Kharn was too loyal to his daddy, and instead he was the first one to receive the Butcher's Nails, truly kicking off the transformation from noble warrior who was a little bit too horny for war, to a berserker who could only use one chain axe in battle because he was too busy jerking himself off with the other hand. During the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy, Kharn would form a friendship with numerous other badass characters. He and Sigismund were by this point the two greatest Astarte warriors in all the legions, and they enjoyed sparring and hanging out. Sigismund chaining his sword to his arm was actually inspired by Kharn. Another legend that Kharn got along with was Tal, who was arguably one of the only word bearers that is actually likable. When Horus went full bold jihadist mode against the Emperor and the Horus Heresy broke out, the World Eaters and word bearers would team up to go on the Shadow Crusade, fucking up large parts of Ultramar and royally pissing off the big Gilliman. Argyll and Kharn became even closer buddies, declaring each other honor brothers. This is why people say that Kharn was a bro. It was his bromance with Tal, who was also a massive bro. At this point, Kharn was fighting to maintain his sanity. The Butcher's Nails had been eating away at him, and the emptiness it left behind was slowly being filled with the influence of Khorne. An overzealous warrior plus nails in their fucking brain plus the demon war god wanting to make you their avatar equals a dude who needs some serious therapy. Kharn didn't want to become this war monster. Whilst he looked up to his father, he wasn't naive anymore. He knew Angron was mentally cooked and on the brink of losing it permanently, and he didn't want to follow those footsteps. There was literally a scene where Kharn travels to Prospero in search of an artifact that could allow him to remove the Butcher's Nails. He even captures a loyalist Thousand Sun captain and tries to interrogate him to discover where the tech is. As the Thousand Sun tells Kharn that together they can save his sanity, the nails become enraged and activate, causing Kharn to beat the Thousand Sun to death. Yeah, look, he wasn't really known for his critical thinking in his later years. The only thing keeping Kharn somewhat sane at this point was Tal. After all, if a half-demon word-bearer could keep being a chill guy, then why couldn't Kharn? Hence tragedy struck as Erebus, in a fit of jealousy, stabbed Argyll in the back and killed him. Erebus claimed that Argyll would prevent Kharn from fulfilling his destiny as Khorne's avatar, hence severely weaken the traitor forces. As shit as Argyll's death was, it gave us one of the best scenes in Warhammer. Basically, Erebus was flexing on some World Eaters by having honor duels, fights until first blood drawn. He was doing a good job as well, easily beating a number of elite World Eaters. Then Kharn stepped forward and challenged him to a fight to the death. He would avenge Argyll. Erebus accepted, and the fight wasn't even close. In under 10 seconds, Kharn had cut off Erebus's hand, sliced him across the body multiple times, beaten the shit out of him with his fist, and knocked him on his ass 3 times. It was said that Kharn had never fought so coldly and ruthlessly before. As Kharn went for the kill, Erebus teleported away like a bitch, but the humiliation was complete. From here, there was really nothing holding Kharn back. No emotional attachments, no incentive to maintain his sanity. He had killed one route to salvation and the other had been taken from him. Armed with his Primarch's own discarded and repaired chain axe, the new Kharn was here, and ready to fuck. Being Kharn is a bit of an occupational hazard. He always insists at being at the forefront of every single battle. Now, it doesn't matter how angry you are or how good you are at swinging an axe. If you cop a shell to the face, you're gonna have a bit of a shit one. Kharn has been blasted numerous times, only to get up and shake it off. Garviel Loken, a legendary loyalist lunar wolf, even impaled Kharn on a tank, and whilst that was a close one, he ended up being able to just walk it off. By the Siege of Terra, Kharn still held onto a small sliver of his past self. Sure, he was very hectic and not very good for conversation, but his thoughts were still coherent and interesting. He enjoyed the thrill, passion and emotion of battle. Hence, when he came against his old friend Sigismund in their final duel, he was horrified. Sigismund had become a cold, ruthless killer, hell-bent on the emotionless death of his enemies. This was anathema to Kharn, who fought for the joy and glory of battle. Kharn wanted an epic duel, like Anakin vs Obi-Wan on Mustafar, where they say cool one-liners and get all cinematic. Sigismund just wanted to kill the shit out of Kharn and move on. And kill Kharn Sigismund did, slicing off his limbs, breaking his skull, crushing his throat, slicing open his chest, and that was before the final blow. Kharn was super fucking dead. But he survived! Old lore states that Kharn was mortally wounded and dragged to safety by his brothers, where due to the power of Khorne, he makes a full recovery. However, new lore has Kharn deader than dead, so I assume his body will still get recovered and then undergo some kind of hectic ritual to be revived by Khorne. Regardless, Sigismund did kill Kharn that day. What was spawned of Kharn's body is probably something different. Whilst there is a method to Kharn's madness, he is mad. The old, passionate and honourable Kharn is long gone. Now we have a berserk yet still tactical Kharn roaming around the galaxy trying to rack up as many kills as possible. And yes, because Khorne is a bit of a gamer, Kharn has an inbuilt kill counter on his helmet that totals over 1 million. Considering Kharn only engages in melee combat, that's a pretty fucking obscene milestone. So where does his Betrayer title come from? When the traitors lost and were forced to retreat to the Eye of Terror, the World Eaters and Emperor's children fought over a planet. Kharn led his legion and claimed numerous victories, however the world was prone to extreme cold at night, meaning that even a space marine in armor would freeze to death. As such, the World Eaters and Emperor's children agreed to a ceasefire for the nighttime. However, the word ceasefire isn't in Kharn's vocabulary, so the angry lad picked up a flamer and used it to set everyone's shelter on fire to warm them up and stop them from bitching or hiding. He then got a bit too excited and started incinerating his own troops before attacking them with his chain axe. He then started killing everyone on the planet, hence the World Eater legions scattered into smaller warbands. This act shattered the Legion and has made the World Eaters such an insignificant force in the galaxy ever since, earning him the title Betrayer. Kharn has gone up against and beat nearly every hitter he can get his hands on. In a duel with Azrael, the Dark Angel's chapter master, Azrael started really well and got some good hits in, but he recognized that the longer the duel went on, the stronger Kharn got, so he was forced to retreat. Kharn also fought and was able to kill Saint Celestine, the living saint. For reference, Saint Celestine regularly makes greater demons her bitch, and was able to kick Abaddon's ass with the help of her closeted girlfriend, Inquisitor Greyfax, so that was an impressive kill. He has rammed a Blood Angel strike cruiser with his own ship, fought off a dozen Blood Angel Terminators at once by himself, claimed the skulls of Hive Tyrants, Necron Overlords, Elder Autarchs, who are Elder Aspect Warriors that have mastered every single path, and Orc War Bosses. Every major battlefield that Chaos has fought on, Kharn has done his best to attend. Is modern day Kharn an interesting and relatable character? No. Has his character development been good? No. Is he an absolute fucking beast? You bet your ass he is. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Where only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million hentai. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more beastly content. Join the Discord for more memes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.